Hi everyone, my name is Jess and today I will be reviewing the mock interview that I did last week. I'll put the link in the description below so you can check that out if you have not seen it yet. But today it's going to be a little bit different. I will be giving feedback directly on Eddy, how she did in the interview process, something that I liked, some things that I didn't like. But again, I have not watched the interview back, so most likely this is going to be super cringy for me to watch. But let's go ahead and get started. It's going to be a little bit of a long one. All right, so I'm about to hit play. Wish me luck on how I did during an interview process. Let's see how she did. All right, let's just jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and click play. Let's see how it goes. Thank you for joining today. Thanks for taking. So I'm going to pause it right there. I know we barely said anything, but that initial first meeting, when you're trying to break the ice, I know we know each other, but it is a mock interview and we were trying to, do it as natural as possible. But typically for anyone doing a Zoom interview, it is a little bit awkward at the beginning to get warmed up and figure out, okay, I've never met this person. I've never met this person. How do we bond really quickly? So my advice is exactly do what Eddy did. Introduce yourself, say you're happy to be there during the interview, and then see where the interviewer is going to, take the conversation. And I can see what it says. All right, so she just introduced herself. I fast forwarded a little bit because if I don't, this video is going to be, 1 hour long. Introduction is super important. It will be asked in every single interview, I believe. In Canada, they will ask you to review your CV. I would recommend practicing this. This is your pitch. This is your 2 minutes to say what you've accomplished so far, what you're looking to accomplish. Because it's a mock interview and Eddy is already employed and she's not going anywhere, I would have suggested her to either make up or whoever you might be, to say what you're looking to do in your next role. Potentially even say why you're looking to come to Dell or any other organization. This is your time to really pitch the, hey, I'm ready for the next step. In Canada? All right, so let's see what else is happening here. It's very cringy for me to watch myself, but let's keep going. You're selling. All right, that was an excellent answer. A lot of people don't prep this. But again, the question of why now? Why are you looking to leave your organization that you're currently working at? If you're a great employee, if everything is good, some people don't know what to say, they really stumble. She mentioned the pandemic has changed a lot of things, which is a fantastic answer. She also mentioned that the workload is a little bit different at the organization she works at. She is looking to gain new skills. And she also talked about what she's good at and how sales relates. So if you're doing an industry change or a complete career 180, I would really double down on why you want to leave. This question will come up. It doesn't matter where you interview, but she gave a great anser. So right. I can't really say anything negative about that. All right, let's keep going. It's only 4 minutes into it.
No, it's not.
All right, now this is a trick question. My question was, what will you teach my team if you get the role? She answered it really well. She talked about time management. She talked about multitasking. This skill, I don't know about you, but many teams need this. But one thing that I would have done prior to her jumping into answering is ask the interviewer, ask me, what do you think, Jess, that your team is missing? What is something that your team, you would like your team to do, but they're currently not doing? Throw it back to the interviewer. You may or may not get this question. I think this question can be quite special, but ask what the team is missing, and then potentially you can find that multitasking skill or that time management skill can fit right in with the team. So I would ask before you answer the question. But again, she answered the question perfectly. Just would ask prior to jumping in.
So I see opportunities and I take it. So if I see that it's something that it could be improved in your department, something that I could make
All right,
better.
so it looks
So
like
feel that could sell
she's
better.
talking
Something that we
away,
are
she's not
taking
getting
into account, that we
distracted.
should be taking
I'm getting
into
up,
account
my
more.
headset's not
I will
working.
definitely,
And
we have to talk
clearly I
about
can't
my
communicate
work
with her
inside of Dell,
that my
but I
headset's
will
not
try to
working
find a way
because
to
of the audio
escalate that
issue.
product and put it to sell
But
better.
she kept going
that is
as a
the
professional.
mind that I have. Will
Perfect.
always try to improve your company as it was mine because I'm part of it.
All right, so here I didn't even ask about social media, but she knew that that was a skill of hers, a very strong skill, especially if you see her YouTube channel. She went ahead and mentioned the value of social selling and getting online, whether it's YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. In 2021, social selling is so important to connect with our customers that I was very happy to see that she brought this up proactively without even me asking. So she clearly has the ability to sell herself.
With employees,
Going to fast forward a bit here. So I did see around the 10-minute mark, 11-minute mark, Eddy did look down at a cell phone notification. I clearly in the interview didn't notice, but this can be a massive distraction for some people, whether you have your email open, your cell phone open. I would strongly suggest turning off all potential notifications that may pop up and be distracting. All right. Now this question will 100% come up. It might not be exactly how I ask it. Again, I have a different personality than maybe the interviewers that are interviewing you. But the question of what is your weakness? What is a challenge that you faced at work? Tell me about a customer problem that you had. Prep all of these. Doesn't matter how the interviewer asks it. They want to get to understand how your problem solving skills are. So talk about maybe prep 2 to 3 experiences that you had with a challenge at work, and most likely however the interviewer asks you, you will have that story. And that is what she did here. Is she most likely prepped on what's a weekness, what's a challenge, what's a time you had a problem, and how did you solve it? And she answered the question really, really well.
That was my in Immiland, okay? So I have to hear two parts. So I have to see what is the complaint of the client, and I try to explain to the client what's going on. At Immiland, sometimes it is really hard because the client is focused that he wants to come to Canada in a certain way.
So going to fast forward a little bit here.
So the client,
if you're interested to watch the rest of the video, feel free to go to that link
the mistake was made
from last week.
Consultant apologize to the client.
All right, so again with this challenge, because this is a sales job and you are going to be dealing with customers all the time, to give me a challenge that she had with a customer and a consultant and an employee internally at her business. This is a story that, you know, my lights were flashing. I was seeing stars. This is the story that made her very interesting to either have a second interview or hire, because she talked about how she's going to solve a customer's problem. And there was an issue, all the steps that she had to take to make sure that the customer was happy. And especially when you are applying for a sales role, if you don't mention customers in your whole entire interview, good luck getting to the second interview. All right, I know that sounds tough, but
not ignoring the client,
it is what it is. All right, I'm going to pause again. Another thing that she did mention is not ignoring the client. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos about customer care and how do we fix customer escalations, but when she also said we can't ignore the client and we can't ignore the customer to solve their issues, this was also a golden nugget in the interview. All right, I'm gonna keep going. All right, she asked some really, really good questions here at the end of the interview. She asked me, hey, when do you start and when do you finish? Which is a great question to ask in sales because you never know what you're going to get. She also asked, how does she fit with the other candidates? She's never been in the tech industry. How does she compare with the team? Excellent question. I'm gonna keep going here. Another great question to ask during the interview stage is, you know, what does the first 3 months look like? What does the first 6 months look like? What does success look like for you as a manager? On that manager, you know, track of questions, I would also ask, hey, interviewer, What is your management style? How do you give feedback?
Congratulations.
These are all great questions that Eddy has prepped, so let me just keep going here. All right, another golden question that Eddy has asked. I mean, she asked, can I grow my career at Dell Technologies? If you don't ask this question in an interview, I believe that you don't have a career plan or goals. And I guarantee you most likely do, but you either are nervous or you forgot. But when you ask this question, it makes me think that you are ready to invest in the company, that you don't just want to be an inside sales specialist, but one day you want to climb that corporate ladder and manage me one day. I love ambitious people and people that say, you know, what their career goals, whatever they might be. Maybe it is to be inside sales for the rest of your life, and that's fine. But it's really good to understand their career path. So another great question. All right, so we're close to the end of the interview process. There are a few things I would have loved Eddy to ask and what you should ask in your interview. And I find, especially with women in the IT industry, they shy away from asking the question of, what is the salary? Sometimes they've had that discussion already with HR and they've already decided in the screening, hey, this is my salary, this is what I would like. And then secondly, I would ask, when is the next step? Will I get a call? Will I get an email? When will you let me know if I got the role or not? I don't know if it's because we were almost out of time, but she should have asked that question right at the end. What is the next step? Should I send you an email? Whatever it might be. Again, this was a fantastic interview. It was really intense for both of us because it was a mock interview and I really enjoyed shooting it. And if it was up to me, I 110% would hire someone like Eddy to come work in our organization. She was very inspiring. Her story is inspiring about immigrating to Canada, starting a business, being a lawyer. I mean, you can't get better than that. So Eddy, if you ever want, please come work with us. I know you will not. You're very happy where you are. But again, it was a pleasure doing the interview with you. And thank you everyone. If you like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on my next video. Thanks everyone and have a great day.